Hello Year 4, I hope you're all well and staying very safe. My name is Miss Managh, and as well as being one of the Year 5 teachers here at James Bateman, I'm also the head of Year 5. So that means that even if I'm not fortunate enough to have you in my class with me next year, I'm definitely going to get to know each and every one of you during that first week that you join us, as I bob in and out of your classrooms to see the sorts of things that you're getting up to. I say hello to you in the corridors as you go about your school day, and just generally checking up on you throughout different times of the day. I cannot begin to describe to you how excited myself and the rest of the Year 5 team are to have you join us in September as you start your journey at James Bateman. We know that moving from a first school to a middle school can be a challenging task even at the best of times, and I think for this year, for everybody, it is going to be that little bit more difficult. So we want to reassure you that we have done lots of work and preparation behind the scenes to ensure that your move to us is as smooth as it possibly can be. We've had virtual meetings with your Year 4 teachers, and they've told us lots more information about you guys. We have set up a Year 4 Padlet page, which is going to have lots of interesting transition tasks and display type activities, getting to know you activities that you can try and complete before you come to us. There's going to be a frequently asked questions section on the Padlet too, where there's going to be lots of questions on there with answers. The sorts of questions that we usually get asked by Year 4 pupils on their moving up days. Underneath that document, there will be a comments box. So if you've got any questions that haven't been answered, then please just type away in that comments box, and myself or a member of Year 5 team will get back in touch with you as soon as we can. There are going to be all of these videos that the Year 5 teachers have made so that you can keep watching them until your heart's content and familiarise yourself with who your teacher is going to be in September. There's also going to be a column which is going to have lots of useful information, letters and news, which is probably going to be most useful for parents and carers, but also yourselves, and that will have things on there to do with maybe about trips or school uniform, after school clubs, before school clubs, those types of things. So as I mentioned before, I have had a virtual meeting now with all of the Year 4 teachers at your current schools, and they have told us lots of incredible things, and I really do think that next year we are going to have one of the best Year 5 groups that we have had yet. They've told us lots about what your likes and your dislikes are. They've told us what your favourite subjects are, what your least favourite subjects are, maybe some of the areas that you are less confident in, so we know where to start helping you straight away when you join us. And they've also given us a good idea as to who your friends are, and your close friends more importantly. So you will find that nearly all of you are going to have a close friend in the same class as you next year, and you will also have a good maybe 5, 6, 7 other children in your class that have come from the same school as you have. Within the next week or so, myself and the other Year 5 teachers are going to start getting in touch with the parents and the carers of the children who we know are going to be in our class. So that's going to be a little bit of a surprise phone call for you at home, because when we're on that call, then we can tell your parents that we are going to be your teachers next year. Obviously, this information will be passed out anyway, just in case we can't get hold of parents and carers in a telephone call. But this is a good opportunity for us to say hello to you if you feel confident enough to say hello to us yet, but don't worry if you're not too confident yet and you'd rather wait until you're actually here, that's not a problem. Parents might have some questions that they want to ask us. You might have some questions that you want to start thinking about now, so that when we do have those phone calls, that they're ready to be asked on that phone call. We'll hand out our email addresses too, just in case there's anything you need to get in touch with in between now and when you join us. And there is also another email address which should have been handed out by now to parents and carers. And this is transition@jamesbateman.staffs.sc.uk, and that email address has been especially made so for the parents and carers of pupils that are joining us, so they can all be kept in one place and managed a lot more easily. Although we are going to hope that when you join us, you are ready to do some really hard work and learn straight away and show off all of those talents that your teachers have told us about, we do understand that it is going to take a little bit more time this year to settle into life at James Bateman. So we just want to let you know that we are going to ensure that we have a good couple of weeks, if more if we need it, of time where you are able to settle into your new classes, get to know your teachers and teaching assistant, get to know the pupils in your class and make lots of new friends. Make sure that you're confident finding your way around school and that you are happy and feel safe in your new school setting. We are sure that you will do because the staff here are really wonderful and supportive. A little bit bonkers, but that's a good thing if you ask me. And the pupils, even better, they are absolutely incredible. I think most importantly for you guys, I would watch out for the year 8 prefects because they are the ones that all year round will be keeping an extra careful eye on you to make sure that you know where you're going, that you are okay, that you are happy on the playground, all those sorts of things. And you will recognise them in the corridors because they have black ties on which are different to everybody else's tie, so they'll be easy to spot. A lot of you are going to find that you are actually stuck with me for the whole of next year whilst you're in year 5 in my class, and I for one cannot wait to be able to put a face to the list of children's names that I've got at the minute on my class list. I asked my current class if they could describe me using one word, what word would that be? Now all of the words that I got back fortunately were good words, but the one that came back the most was funny, which I love, because we do have such a laugh in the classroom. If I can make a lesson fun, if I can get you out of your seats and away from the tables and outside even sometimes, then I will do my absolute best to make sure that happens. Of course, I can be firm when I need to be firm. In my classroom, it all works on respect. So if you respect me, I respect you. You know, if you're putting the work and the effort in for me, then you'll be rewarded with all these fun activities and fun lessons as well. And because a lot of the time, I've always had really, really great classes, we've always been able to have lots of fun and have lots of exciting lessons. My favourite subject personally is science. I did science all the way until the end of sixth form, so I've got quite a good knowledge of it as well. I sometimes have to keep tabs of how long I'm talking about science for in science lessons because I could go on forever. I love it that much. My favourite part of science in James Bateman is being able to go down to the science labs and actually pretend like we're real scientists, wearing our science safety goggles and getting all the complex equipment out to carry out some investigations. And get our inquisitive heads on and really start asking some thoughtful questions about what we're doing and what science is and what happens in the whole world around us because it's absolutely everywhere, isn't it? So I have a little girl who's going to be 3 in September, and I like to come in and tell lots of stories about her. She always has us in fits of giggles. I was brought up in Biddulph myself and actually came to this school as a pupil when I was in year 7. I started in year 7 when the school was called Park Middle School. So a lot of the teachers that are still here actually taught me when I was 11 years old and onwards. I love cake. Cake is my favourite food ever, and you will always know if it's a staff member's birthday and they've brought cake and it's been in the staff room because I will be in a fabulous mood for the rest of the day. I love being outside. There's something about just being in the fresh air and around nature and walking, and especially when the sun's shining, that just puts me in a really, really good mood. I do really love music and films as well. I don't play any musical instruments as much as I wish that I'd actually carried on with them when I was at school now. But I do love listening to all different types of music. I can't sing that well, but I like to give it a go and I like to have a good sing song whenever I can. My biggest dislike, I would say, and as cheesy as it sounds, is just unkindness. I just don't like it and don't really understand why anybody has to be unkind to other people. So if there's one thing that I try and instill in my class and make sure that everybody is kind to one another, and in all the classes that I've had so far they've really picked up on that and we have really had such kind thoughtful children in the classroom. that was an introductions video then from me, Miss Managh. Hopefully you've had lots of useful information about what you can expect when you start with us, about some of the things that we've got planned for you in the meantime before you join us, and I cannot wait to start getting in touch with some of your parents and carers at home to find out a little bit more about you, to give you the surprise that you're going to be in my class, and to answer any questions that you might have and to speak to you yourselves. So if you want to say hello on the other end of the phone, then please, you're more than welcome to say hello to me. In fact, it will probably make my day. So please stay safe. I really hope that you're all happy, that you are all well, and you are managing to enjoy some of this lovely sunshine that we've been having, as well as working as hard as you possibly can do at home. I really look forward to seeing all of you very, very soon, and take care. Bye.